Welcome to Between the Lines.
Or between your legs. Oh, wow.
Or between your legs.
That's what you're going to have to expect from us.
What is going to happen is we're going to deal with real situations, real life. We're tired of the, as our friend told us a little bit a while back, cookie cutter lifestyle. We want to be real. We want to be transparent. That's what we are. Transparent. Don't you see all this?
I'm shy.
It's She's never been shy. Ever in her life.
I am shy.
Ever in her life. Ever been, ever.
How you going to tell me?
Look, do you see all this? Does this look like shyness?
Yes.
Do you see the shyness?
Look.
There's no shyness. None. No. That's back in 1980. Jesus, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the hair. Never. She's free. She's been free for a long time. For a long time.
Okay, the test is over.
Into my ministry.
You ain't go. We're not doing these cliche shits today.
I'm just asking.
We're not doing that.
So you don't think?
Wait. I love you, and that sounds beautiful, and that sounds fun, and that's what we hang on. We hang on to when people say the most beautiful things, and it rhymes and it rhythms, and it does make sense. But that's still taking responsibility away from you. God didn't do that to you.
True.
God did not do that to you.
So my circumstances do come because of me.
Yes.
So I need to take responsibility for my actions.
Yes.
So I would say that.
So no, God doesn't take your
then.
pain and turn it into pleasure. That sounds cool. That sounds sexy. But no, he don't. God has all these beautiful things with my name on it. I'm going to keep it, addressed to me.
Right,
he has all these beautiful things with my name on it. And then, because he allows the world to be the world, so there's all these other things that have been created with his permission. But I choose those other things by my free will. Now, God is telling me you can have an easy life over here, boo. You ain't got the stress. You ain't got to worry about medical problems. You ain't got to worry about financial problems. You ain't got to worry about orgasmic problems. You ain't got to worry about nothing if you just do it over here. But yeah, I allow this other stuff to be over here because we got other creative minds that have developed these things. They're in the world. They are in your world for you to choose if that's what you want to do. So when I'm not focused on God, and asking him what you want for me, when I'm not when I'm not paying attention to what he's telling me, you can feel it. You can feel it before you can hear it and see it. God will. My son Michael gets a stomach ache when he's about to experience something that has a negative effect. I'm not gonna say bad. I don't like saying bad and good. I don't like saying right and wrong. When something is about to not be righteous in his life, God will make his stomach feel a certain way. I believe that all of us have a mechanism that God yanks you to make you pay attention before you go do that thing so that you can avoid that thing because he has a better thing over here for you. And what we've gotten, in my opinion, caught up in is the distractions. Well, because so-and-so gave a testimony and their path delivered this result, I'm just going to copy and paste what they did so I can get hopefully what they got. And that might not be what God has for you. So that's why I say it goes back for us. It goes back to our decisions. We can be a testimony for someone else, but that don't mean that just because somebody's watching us or listening to us, that they need to go out and do what we say. All I'm saying, the only thing I'm asking the people to do is get to know God. You ain't got to do nothing else I say. You don't have to follow no other testimony we give. You don't have to copy and paste none. Just talk to God for your damn self.
So what you're saying is get a taste. It says taste and see.
And it's so sweet.
That he's good.
It's so sweet.
Taste and see.
It's so sweet.
Try it out. And I would say
try
that we've tried out
bother God. No. People don't want to bother God.
Oh,
I won't bother him.
He's too busy.
Yeah, he busy.
So, but he's this big God.
He God.
But he's too busy to deal with.
That's the bullshit.
But I think I've learned that he's everywhere
at all times. Like right now, as we're doing this, he's right here. He's
good at home. When we leave our house, we're like, but God can take care of the house because he can take care of you on the road at the same time. Wherever you are,
he is there.
So we're asking you to find a relationship with God.
yourself.
Yourself.
I'm not negating your pastors. Yeah. I'm not negating your parents.
But don't make him your God.
Your spouse.
And that's what happens.
I'm not negating your elder. I'm not negating your minister, your professor. I'm not negating anybody that you hold in high esteem. But guess what? They have to talk to God as well. And you don't have to go through the Pope to get the answer from God. You can get it for yourself.
So that's why the tent was ripped from top to bottom to separate, so you don't have to go to the priest. God says, come to me, all you that are heavy laden. I don't want to get all spiritual on you, but come to me. It's easier to come to the CEO and talk to him about the business instead of talking to the manager that can't do nothing about it. So if you get with the CEO and say, hey, I just did some things that I need to get fixed. There's some things that I don't like about this. Guess what? The CEO loves his business. He loves his production.
He loves his profit.
He loves his profit. So if we want to bring that to God, God loves his profit. He loves his profit in his children being able to be profitable for the kingdom. We don't get profitable for ourselves, but it's for other people. We realize that we want to get this money, as we started out with, money, money, money. But this money has never been for us. It's been to be a blessing to somebody else. So my health,
See, y'all get to see us in our true, authentic relationship. Why is the money not for you? Don't you need to eat? Don't you need to buy clothes? Don't you need a house? Don't you need a car?
But I'm not saying all the money.
Don't you want to travel?
But not all the money.
Why not?
Because why would God give me? Okay, I'm listening. Why would God give me all this just for me?
Because he knows you're a giver,
right?
And he knows you're a good steward.
So I'm gonna be a blessing to others at the same time.
But what you said was, okay, let me get it right.
No. I'll retract that. Not saying it's not for me.
Okay.
But the money that God blesses me with is for me to be a blessing at the same time, to be able to be a blessing to myself. Let me get that right. So
I had that problem. That's the only reason when you said that that spidey sense,
it jumped up.
It was like, oh wait, let him know about you. I'm a giver, and I take pride and joy in being someone's answer to their problem. It's an ego trip, and there's nothing wrong with it. But if it's not the righteous timing and in the righteous way, I'm out of placement.
Okay, I'll take that.
And then I'm becoming that person's God. I'm becoming that person's God.
As we talked about one before, when things happen for other people, they say, "Oh, thank you," and you say, "Don't thank me.
Don't thank me. Thank God."
Because God is the only one that could give you the knowledge to tell you.
Now, I have learned in my humbleness to say you're welcome, because I allowed myself to be that vessel that God used in that situation for that person.
Okay.
But I will also, in that you're welcome, say, well, let's bless God. Let's thank God, because he allowed me to be that blessing for you. I'm not going to take all the credit.
Because if you don't come through next time,
I'm not going to come through next time.
No.
I'm not. But God is.
So if people look at you as the God and you don't come through,
and I want that responsibility.
They kind of put it in a God style.
Yeah, and I don't want that responsibility.
No, God has always came through.
But I'm not, because I'm human.
Because we're not going to always, we don't have all the answers.
No, I don't.
We know who has the answers.
Exactly. That's
the biggest thing with us. So it's easier for them to talk to the CEO.
Exactly.
And tell him about it. And then if the CEO comes and tells you to come to me,
there you go.
Then so you got to go to the right chain of command. The
only chain of command.
The one that gets everything.
Everything. So and he knows everybody. People want the Illuminati this or the government that. God is over it all, whether it exists or not exists. God is over it all. So 1,000%, I agree with you.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be nobody's guys. I have a lot of children. I get more children every day. I don't know where they come from. And I am grateful that they depend on me for certain things. And I'm grateful to be the advisement and stuff like that. But I don't want them to look at me as their God, their solution, their answer. Source. So I introduce my children to the God that I know. Like, hey, pray about it. Talk to God about it. And that's all prayer is. It's a conversation with God. You ain't got to be on your knee. You ain't got to be on your face. You ain't got to have your eyes closed. You ain't got to have your eyes open. However you want to posture when you are having that conversation, God just wants you to talk to him.
So I ain't supposed to put my eyes.
This is what I say to people in the street. That I don't go to church because them church people are hypocritical, and I don't disagree with them. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and have a conversation with God right now, because they want to tell me their problems. And I'm like, no, don't tell me. Tell God. I'll sit right here with you. I'll hold your hand while you're talking to him. And that is prayer. And they'll be like, man, I ain't never thought about it like this, because we overcomplicate this thing called life.
So we make it
difficult.
So we structure it to where it's supposed to be a certain way.
Yeah.
That you talk.
Somebody taught you that way was the only way, and that's a lie.
There's a certain way to talk to your father.
I'm sorry. Do you speak Hindu? That's a religion. That's not even a language, but I'm going to just say it like that. Do you speak Hindu? No. Do you speak Japanese? No. Do you speak the Canadian American? No. Do you speak what they speak in Australia? No. Guess what? God created all of these continents and countries and dialects and languages, but yet we all can speak to him.
Yes.
So why is only one way the only way to talk to God?
Back in the day.
Oh, okay. But this 2024.
So we got to change with the times?
No, just trust the same God that created the world back in the beginning of the world.
You said trust the same God.
The same God.
So that means he ain't changed?
No, he hasn't changed.
He hasn't changed. No. So that means he's the same yesterday and today.
And forevermore.
And forever. So that means the same love that he gave our grandparents and parents back then is the same love we get. The same protection that he gave our family back then. The same, what you would say, oh God, let me give it to me right. But the same love, the same joy, the same peace that mom and dad got back in the days.
We had the same opportunity.
Same opportunities to have that.
And even better.
Because we know him better.
Because we're not getting killed for being a Christian. We're not getting stabbed for choosing
crucified
to be a Christian.
Right.
It's actually embraced in certain countries to be a Christian over other religions. Yes. But I do not embrace the degradation of anyone that believes in God. I don't. I can have a conversation with other people of other denominations, as well as other religions or other beliefs or non-beliefs. I'm that girl. We can talk all day long, no problem.
Is it because of the spirit?
Because I want to learn. Because of the spirit that I have? Yeah. Of course.
And what I mean,
because God is love.
What I mean by that
and he created all of these differences.
So we've always
who am I to say that particular difference
your stuff is not
the wrong one?
Right. Because
I'm still living and learning.
Right.
That's me.
Right.
So I'd rather have a conversation with someone of a different opinion
so
I can learn from him or her.
So we can get it right.
That's me.
But see, that's
I'm not out here judging.
We can't raise a child, or we can't raise a family, or raise a community, a nation, without knowing each other's differences.
Exactly.
But at the same time, with our differences, is always the same when we get to it.
There's a lot of similarities.
But we're scared of that. We're scared to talk.
God is not a God of fear. You don't have faith or fear.
But we're scared
faith or fear.
I don't know about their stuff.
You can't do both.
So wait a minute. I can't help it. So as I would say, my grandson, and I'll give you. He said, "I'm scared, or I'm afraid." He said, "No, God doesn't give you a spirit of fear, but a spirit of a sound mind, a power and a sound mind." So you can be aware.
You can be aware.
Be nervous.
You can be nervous,
but not.
And guess what? Guess what? When I saw that spider, I let y'all know what I was looking at because I was not looking at the. But at that, God knows me. He knows. Oh, okay, she see it, but I got you. Boo, stay focused, and that's what he told me to stay focused and keep engaging in our assignment. And that's all fear is. Sometimes it's a distraction.
So my definition that a preacher gave me was false evidence appearing real.
Of course.
Beautiful. False evidence. There's the evidence that you see is false.
That was a real spider. But it wasn't even coming in my direction.
No, it was.
Nor was the wasp.
Right.
It wasn't even coming in my direction. But it was right there. It's a real wasp. It was flying.
It was a real
spider. It was crawling. But they were both being taken away from me. See, I didn't have to get up and go toward it to disturb its peace and make it bother me. I stay focused.
So sometimes
I stay focused on my assignment.
We disturb circumstances.
It ain't got nothing to do with us. Just because we see it.
So we disturb.
Just because we know about somebody's life. Just because. Yes, we've been all up in other people's Kool-Aid.
Disturbing people's lives and don't need to be in there
No, don't be in that business. They ain't got nothing to do with you. If you know about it, pray about it, leave it alone.
In the Kool-Aid.
In the Kool-Aid.
In the Kool-Aid.
Putting a little gin in it.
Ain't got no flavor. Don't know what the flavor is. Put a little
gin in it and some sin in it.
You worked it out.
Because you done messed up they stuff you ain't had nothing to do with in the first place.
So, but ain't I supposed to help them?
Did God tell you to?
But ain't I supposed...
No, did God, did the righteous, not the right, because that was the right thing to do, but did God tell you to do that? Did he choose you to help in that situation? And 99% of the time, the answer has been no for me.
No?
No. Just because I know about something, or just because I know about somebody, doesn't mean that I have to do more than just knowing. When God wants me to move, when he tells me to move, I got everything that I need to do to make that move. I don't have to go call. When he tells me to move, it's already done. Everything, if I'm supposed to be involving myself in another person's situation, all I have to do is pick up, drop off. That's how God works for me. Now, if I hear about a situation and then I got to make 10, 15 phone calls or write 5, 10 emails and I'm over here sweating bullets because things ain't working out that ain't God. That is not God. The way that God works in my life, things are easy.
Is it sweatless?
It's sweatless. Ain't no stress. Ain't no stress. Ain't no strife. Ain't no. No. Let's go back to the Garden of Eden. When we read about the story of the Garden of Eden,
are we going?
It said that everything that I needed was in the garden. Everything. Was already there in the garden.
In the garden.
Right? So all we had to do was just enjoy the garden.
Stay in the garden.
Everything we needed, and even more than we can imagine, was in the garden. Now, I still think that's how God wants us to live. Yes, Eve did what she did and Adam did what he did. But guess what? God looks at me as Parsha and gives me a clean slate because I have accepted him for who he is in my life. So I'm not on the burdens of Eve or Adam or Pat or Tony.
Wow.
This is me. This is me and God. So my life can be just as easy as he initially created the Garden of Eden to be. That's what I believe. Wow. And guess what? As I believe it, that's how my life is. As I believe it, that is the way God works for me is when I decide, and sometimes it takes me a little while to decide. I'm a little lazy.
So you're saying we're stubborn?
I'm a little stubborn. I'm both.
Okay.
But once I decide what I want from God, what I truly want. You saw me blink? Did y'all see me blink? Did y'all see how fast that was? Because that's how God be working. When I truly make up my mind to do or to have or to be, that I promise y'all, I'm not exaggerating. When I get bold enough to share with you the nuts and bolts of how my life really works, y'all gonna be, girl, you lying. No, I promise you, baby, I'm not. I'm still in amazement. And that's why I told our sister this morning. I said, stay in that feeling of awe. Because as you stay in that feeling of awe, it's gonna keep coming. And that's how God works it out. I can't tell you what I'm gonna do day to day in my life. I cannot. I don't go to a job and punch a clock. I do not pull a check. Yes, I have had businesses and they have been successful and I'm grateful, but I had a car accident in December and had a bill not paid yet. I got love in my life and it's God love that overflows. And guess what? The overflow allows me to bless my children and those that love me as well. I'm only telling you what I know. I can't tell you something I don't know. I can recite some other bullshit I've learned, but I want to tell you what I know. I want to tell you what I live. And that's what I live. And this feeling that I have right now is something I don't want to lose for myself. And I want everybody to taste it. And when you taste it, I want you to hold on to it and enjoy it. Because this is some good Kool-Aid. This better than Crown Peach.
That got the right sweetness.
That Moscato I had last night ain't nothing compared to this sweetness, honey. I mean, I don't like it when we see certain people in life, social media or in person or whatever, and they look like they living a life. They got what you want. they got what you supposed to want. Let me say it like that. And then you feel like, well, why am I not living like that? Why don't I have it? And then you pay the guru, ain't that what they call them now? Yeah. You pay the guru to go to the workshop. I used to set them up. That was one of my jobs, one of my businesses. So you pay the guru to go to the conference to get their tips on how they got what they got and how they live it, how they live it. And when you leave that 3-day or week conference, you pumped up and you still got all this shit you got to read, all these videos you got to watch, all this homework you got to do. And at the end of the day, if you did 50% of it, you still back the way you was before you went to that seminar or bought that book or bought that video series.
And why is that?
Because they're not giving you the truth of what you need.
Wow.
They're giving you substance and value. They're giving you that because that's what we're taught.
So how'd you do it again?
That value. They're giving you the value because you can see the value. You read it, it makes sense to you educationally. 1 + 1 is equaling 2, and what they're saying, if you did this, this should happen. That is a reasonable expectation. But they're leaving out the juice. And the juice is God, self-love and understanding, and faith. To me, that's my recipe. To me,
wow,
that's what works for me. If I wanted to be a doctor of education, and I told God, you know what, Lord, I don't really want no student loans. I'm not a veteran. I'm not part of a sorority organization that has these beautiful scholarships that just because you're a member, you'll get it. And I don't have none of those accesses that I know about at my life. I'm an older woman, so I'm not graduating from high school with a 3.9 GPA like I did 30 years ago. I don't have those opportunities. So how can I go back to school and become a doctorate without paying for that? Those are conversations I be having with God. And God said, well, I got you. Don't worry about it. Just let me know when you're ready. I'm letting y'all hear the conversation how things work for me and my God. And I'm like, okay, it might be 2 years. I'm like, well, God, I ain't a doctor yet because you're not ready. You keep playing around. You keep giving me, you keep buying these lottery tickets from me and playing the game with me that you hope to win, that you want to win, but you're not serious. So I'm not going to waste my time on you to release the avenue of what you say you want until you're ready. Because there are other people out here that's ready. And I'm going to give that to them because they're deserving, because you're playing. My plan is because I don't believe in what I'm asking for. I'm just shooting the shit with God.
Wow.
I'm just, chalking it up. But the minute that I'm ready, Lord, you know what? I want me 2 boyfriends. I'm a widow. I'm tired of these little whatever's out here. No one man can add up to what my husband was. Lord, I want me too. Okay, you serious about this? You really want? Yeah. And in my heart of hearts, I was. I was. And guess what? Pop. And then I said, ooh, wait a minute. Okay. It was good. It was very good. But that's not how I'm living now. And I allowed other people's influences to stop me from what I wanted. And that's my truth. So God will give you what other people's influences to stop me from having what I had and what I wanted. Because it was not okay with them. They were not comfortable with my life choices. But my life choices were treating me and my kids really good. So I'm only telling you what I know. When you get serious, and I'm not telling y'all women to go out here and ask 2 or 3 husbands. I'm not saying that. I'm just sharing some personal experiences so that you can understand I'm real with it. I promise you. But I want to share stuff that ain't regular and normal. Because I know 10,000 other people that said that happened. Okay, well, I'm giving you some stuff that should be unique to be like, that bitch did what? She had what? Yeah, I'm a curse enough for him and me. But yeah, so I've asked God. My son was born, my first son. I don't mind working. I had jobs in high school, had jobs throughout college, supported families when I had no family, no children, no husband. I'm sending money back to my mom and daddy to help my sisters. I don't have problem working. I didn't have a problem working. I don't want to work now. But I didn't have a problem working. When God blessed me to have a child that the doctor said I wasn't supposed to have a child, I got a whole bunch of testimonies for y'all. Y'all just don't understand. I'm telling you what I know. So I had 3 doctors in 3 different cities and states tell me if I got pregnant, it was gonna have to be a strong sperm to go a journey that, because my shit ain't straight and narrow. There's some dips and dives and curves and all kind of other stuff in the Rubik's Cube of my uterus. So the possibility for me to get pregnant was not 0, but it was slim to none. And guess what I told my husbands at the time? Before we got married, everybody said we don't want no kids. But I had no kids. We was just gonna be the best auntie and uncle and love on other people's kids. And we was at peace with that. And as soon as I got married to this man that was like 6 or 7 years older than me, his clock started ticking. How your clock ticking? You can have kids. Men can have kids until they 99 and a half and ain't through. But your clock ticking. So I was like, you better talk to God because you already know what God said about me. And I'm sorry, I'm not Sarah. I'm not gonna go out here and find you another little heifer to get pregnant. You not Abraham. I ain't that strong. I'm not. I wasn't her.
You was gonna send her away.
I was not
too?
her.
You was gonna send her away too.
I wasn't gonna open that door for that foolishness. We need no more Ishmael anyway. So I told my husband. I asked my husband, you need to talk to God about that, baby, because I'm willing, but they say I ain't able. And you know that man went and prayed. And we got pregnant, and it was a horrible pregnancy. It was horrible. One of the worst experiences of my life. But got me closer to God, it sure did. And my son didn't want to come out. He was 2 weeks late, kept turning and breached this way. Not this way, but this way. I told Doc, get him out. I wanted to push. I wanted the natural thing to happen, but 2 weeks, he's still fighting me on the inside. I'm still punching. Get him out by any means necessary. I'm done. This is not for me. I should have had no more kids after that. That pregnancy was horrible. However, he might have gave me heck while he was inside the womb, but he has not given me a problem since he's been born. And I'm grateful for that blessing of the miracle of my first son. I'm grateful because that instance right there is the person who I am now. Because when you have not one person, not 2 people, but you got 3 doctors telling me, you ain't gonna have no babies. It shouldn't happen. So don't even get your hopes up. Don't even try IVF or whatever's popular. They didn't even give me them options. Get used to being the barren woman. And so I was like, you know what? All right, Lord. And like I was so humbly obedient to whatever my calling was supposed to be. I didn't want to fight it. Okay, Lord, let me just find me a husband that don't want kids. I thought I had one that didn't want kids. And then we get married and everything's so wonderful and beautiful. Let's have a baby. Nigga, did you hear what the doctor said to you? But God blessed us with a healthy, long, fat baby boy. I didn't want to go to work. After that miracle, I didn't want no daycare to raise him. I didn't want my mama to raise him. I didn't want his mama to raise. I wanted to raise that miracle myself. So my second testimony to how much God loves me is, okay, I don't work full time. I just want a business I can work around my children growing up, or my child at that time growing up. And God introduced me to the best business I ever had in my life. It allowed me to travel, make money hand over fist, and still be a blessing to raising my son. Industry I never heard about. Industry went to college, my husband got a degree in, he didn't even hear about. But God knows everybody and everything. And that particular business allowed us to be a blessing to our families. Help our sister and our brother go to college. Certain debts be paid for parents. Just life was wonderful. But that was God once again when I decided what I wanted. a business or a job to work around raising my kids, that I worked with my husband and we got along good in the business while we were working together. God answered those prayers.
Hey, Queen.
Now, what I didn't do in the past, in my younger years, if somebody didn't want to be with me, bye. Because I'm not going to beg you to love me. I'm not going to beg you. I'm a woman. And I'm not going to beg you to be my man. I'm not. I'm not. Because that to me devalues me. So if somebody decides, no matter what the circumstance is, you don't want to be with me anymore, okay, I wish you well. Truly, I do. I don't put the hand on you. How they did it in Color Purple. Everything you do. I don't do that. God bless you. Star Trek, peace, whatever. Go and live life and prosper. That was my heart then. That is my heart now. You don't want to be with me? You talk to God about what you get next. God bless you. So yes, that marriage ended in divorce. But I have no complaints about why. Because he was protecting me the best way he could against the situation that we had that was hurting me. And who am I to ask him to choose between him and his mama? And that's all I'm going to say about that. But God still blessed me. Because his passing words were, I'm letting you go so that you can be loved by someone that can truly love you how you deserve to be loved. And my husband, my next husband, loved me that exact way with his life. And that has been the best love of my life outside of God. So I'm not mad at the first one. I'm not mad at him at all. I thank him. Thank you. Because they got along well. They got along wonderfully. But I'm only telling you what I know. Through each of these transitions, yes, there were some valleys, there were some rediscoveries, there was some Lord help me, this Rubik's Cube of life. I got 2 children, and I'm single, and what I'm supposed to do? Because I love men, I love being in relationships, I love being married. But God answers all my prayers.
So can you answer me this?
All of them.
Can you answer me this?
Mm-hmm.
Why does he answer your prayer? Why does God?
Because I believe.
So there has to be some.
You got to trust, and it don't take much trust
in the person.
It don't take much. It's not in the person. We human, he not.
Okay.
And we keep putting humanistic characteristics.
So is that what our problem is?
That's our problem.
Is that we
think God has our limitations.
And
he does not have our limitations.
So when we put him in that box with a lid on it,
it's dark inside.
He can't get out.
It's dark inside. It's cold.
What you would say, we treat God like a genie.
He's not a genie.
When we need him, we'll pop the box. And then we'll do the rubbing.
Hey, Pops, this was going on.
And then ask them.
Okay, we good. Go back in. That's how we treat God.
So is that why we don't have what we need?
Do you want to be treated like that?
No.
Remember, like, I don't know, half an hour ago, do you want your woman to only call you when she want to be licked?
No.
But she hasn't fed you nutrition from the stove. She hasn't been kind to you and tell you how handsome you look, how good you smell, how proud of you that you are accomplishing your goals in life. Has she been that cheerleader for you? Has she massaged your ego and your nuts? She ain't did none of that. But she calling you to change that tire to pay that bill or to do something she needs. That's not relationship. Relationship is ebb and flow.
So what you say, give and take?
Give and take. It's a balance. And I'm not saying we got to give God everything he gives us, because we can't. We can't compete with him.
So there's a give and take in a relationship.
Yes.
But with God,
it's a give and take in a relationship with God. You got to give him time. Is he asking for all 24 hours of your day?
So we're talking about time, and we're talking about God. So we got to give God the time so he can work out what he needs to work.
Let me give you an example.
Oh, give me an example.
All right. So we're going to do 2 takes.
Two.
I just came home from work. No, you just came home from work.
Okay.
So you come through the door, and I'm going to respond 2 different ways. You came home, and you just greet me, and I'm going to give you one response, And then we'll do it again. I'm going to give you another response. All right, go ahead. You just came home.
Hello, honey. How are you doing?
Hey, baby.
How you been?
I'm good.
How's your day?
It's all right.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm great.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
How are the kids? Babe.
Huh? What you say?
You know, I've been thinking about,
Okay.
you know, us doing some stuff, and I want to, you know,
what you need?
Spend some time with you.
Okay, yeah. Let's do that. Mm-hmm.
Where would you like to go?
Mm-hmm. Wherever you want to go. Whatever you want to do.
I mean, but I want to see what you want to do.
Oh, you was talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We said. Okay, we go. Rewind. Come here, though.
Hello, babe.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm good. I missed you.
I missed you too.
How was your day?
Great.
It was.
Your smile.
What made it so great?
Oh, wow.
What made it so great?
Coming home to you.
Really?
Yes.
But before you got home, you said your day was great. So
it was, because I knew that I was going to be able to come home.
Really?
To you.
I missed you
and
so
your
much.
Smile.
My smile. You like my smile?
Your hair is
you like? I thought you would like this new style. Because when I was getting it done, I told her, I said, he likes this, but let's give him something different.
So what would you like to do today?
Spend time with you. Maybe we can go dancing. But if you're too tired, I can just massage your feet.
No. I would love to go dancing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
because you on my arm is beautiful.
Oh, you know what? And you being on my hand is even better.
It completes me.
You know what? So, let me just take care of you. I got some dinner ready for you.
What?
And I already ran your bath. I know you like the Epsom salt and the oil. So just come over here.
And
baby.
the oil.
And the oil.
Did you put the wine on the?
Of course. And I got to chill the way you like it. Just for you. Because I missed you.
Girl.
That's how much I missed you. I thought about you as I was doing it. And I just want to say thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you, baby. Thank you for being in my life.
Appreciate it. Thank you for being in my life.
So, in them two examples, which relationship would you prefer?
I like the second one.
Okay. And I'm not saying that we have to give God everything we expect for him to give us, but we got to be the quality. We have to give them the quality relationship that we want to receive in the quality of life. So when we're praying to God, even if you ain't got but 5 minutes to actually dedicate to God, make it the realest 5 minutes.
So make time.
Make it the realest time.
Make time.
Don't just be like, our Father which art in heaven. I'm quoting this from 3rd grade because my mama told me to. Praise God, it's gonna happen. Dude, no, that ain't real.
You said from 3rd grade.
Whatever. I don't know what school y'all, what age y'all went to Eastern, Waterloo, Yellow Suit. I'm just saying, for my personal relationship, when I talk to God and I'm real with God, just like if I'm talking to you or my husband or my mama or my daddy, that's when things start happening for me. When I treat God in the same quality of somebody else that I say I love, God shows up in the most loving way that keeps me full, keeps me in tears, keeps me on. I can't shut up about what he does for me. Because I'm like, yo, because I'll call you and be like, let me tell you what God just did.
Yeah.
And then it's got to the point where I'm like, let me tell you what this fool just did. And I just tried to warn him.
Right.
And he didn't listen. Right. Because God already told me exactly play by play what was going to happen. I'm trying to give him the inside scoop, but he don't know my talent. He don't know my time. He don't know my relationship with God, so he didn't believe me. And unfortunately, his stuff still happened negatively for him. That's because I spend quality time with God.
Right.
My community prayer that I do at 6 o'clock, it's valuable to me. If I don't do anything else in life, I could change husbands, I could adopt more kids, I can get 15 more degrees, but the one staple that will be constant in my life is my conversations with God. Wow. I have to talk to God every day.
Gotcha.
I could not go a day without talking to God. Even if we don't do the community, because me and my mom do it. And there have been times I'm in a different time zone. I'll wake up too early or too late. And I'll miss the 6 o'clock Eastern time because it's 6 o'clock in California and 9 o'clock here. And I'm like, oh. So we'll still do our community thing, but I still got to get my personal time in. Because when I don't, in the few times that I didn't, it felt like I needed water.
So what you saying that something missing?
Yeah, oh yes.
So
my whole day was
start your day out with him. Then your day, if you don't bring him with you
within that day, if you
don't take the time
to spend time with him every day, I'm missing something. I'm missing something.
Right.
That's why I said my religion is love. God shows me love. I have to love on him every day. If I want him to love on me every day, I have to love on him every day. Wow. It may not be at 6 o'clock in the a.m. That's the community thing. That's my mom and dad. That's our platform. My personal time can come before that.
So what you say?
What
was that word you said?
What?
Personal time.
Yeah.
So that means you and him.
Yeah. That's why I said earlier when we were talking, oh girl, I said nobody can come into my life and tell me God don't love me. Nobody can come in just like, oh girl, I saw your boyfriend at the club.
We was here instead of there. We apologize.
I saw your boyfriend at the club and he was dancing on so and so, and she trying to spin that in the he cheating. He likes to dance. I can't do nothing but a two-step. I knew where he was going. I knew what he was doing. I'm glad he actually found somebody to dance. Why are you in my business trying to start? Nobody can come and tell me God don't love me. The same way nobody can come and tell me nothing about my husband or my child.
Right.
Or somebody else I say I love and that truly loves me. Me and God, we locked, we good. Because I do trust him. I do believe in him. I do rely on him for everything.
So it takes a belief, right?
Yes. But guess what? A mustard seed. That's why I say just try it.
Well, let me give you this one.
Go ahead.
It says mustard seed, but it says the grain
of a mustard seed.
The grain. So that means...
Can you even see it? Can you even see the grain?
So you just have to have enough...
I know you wanted to hear what he had to say, but we're going to pause for tonight, and you just have to tune back in on next Tuesday at 7 o'clock.